up? My name is Larry McGee, aka Zeus, and this is Zeus Views. This is my introduction episode. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys, basically introducing you guys to the Zeus Views family and explaining how I'm pretty much going to be doing all of this. So welcome. I'm really nervous right now. Please bear with me. So this is a podcast where I'm pretty much going to be expressing myself, expressing my knowledge and my opinions and my thoughts on things that I'm passionate about. You know, things that me and my friends talk about, things that, you know, that I discover and experience and go through. So I really want to share this with the world, and this is my way of creating that platform to do that. And I'm also going to have some guest stars come on the show who are like artists that I've worked with, upcoming artists in Chicago. It's going to be like a big networking platform where people can, you know, discover new artists, and I'm going to be interviewing them. Today, I wanted to start off with an interview of me, and it's going to be a live interview. Someone who I've done an interview with before, the Pariah Muse is her blog. She has had a blog for like a year now, and this is going to be her debut on the premiere of Zeus Views.
Hi, my name is Brooke. As he said, I am the owner and content creator at Pariah Muse. It consists of writing, painting, sketching, any art medium you can really think of. I've worked with Larry on a few projects now, known him a few years. Really good guy, great artist, an awesome creative mind, and I'm really lucky to be on Zeus Views, so thank you for having me. As I just mentioned, we did work on a lot of projects together, some of them just being last year, not even that long ago. Well, since we're doing this introductory episode as a start, I want to start from the very beginning of Zeus and where Zeus came from, how Zeus built up his own brand, how this really came to be. So when did you start taking photos originally? How did this start? How old were you?
I started taking photos around maybe the age of 17 years old. My senior year of high school, my dad got me my first camera. It was like a graduation gift. So yeah, I started off shooting my girlfriend at the time, and she was my muse, and yeah, pretty much took off from there.
Basically, what was the concept of these photo shoots with like your girlfriend? Because I noticed that photo shoots, we'll obviously get into this later, but photo shoots that you do now usually have a concept of some sort of love. Since it started with your girlfriend at the time, I think that has some sort of significance. So what were the concepts behind those photo shoots?
It was really like just random things that I was like inspired by at the time, I think. Doing like fashion stuff, doing like, you know, some lingerie stuff like that. Constant like experimenting with the camera and photography things and different techniques and stuff like that. So as I went on and expanded from that, my concepts and everything grew with other people and other people's ideas, collaborations with mine. So yeah, I think I pretty much did kind of follow the theme of, it's just like a passion in my work, you know, so yeah.
Speaking of experimenting with the camera, then, there is a photo shoot that was one of your very first, way back when you first got your first camera, that you did of yourself, on your own, by yourself, just of yourself. How hard was that, first off, just doing that by yourself? Was that when you realized that, hey, this might be a little hard?
It was an experience, like, yeah, like getting comfortable, you know, even with yourself, like, you gotta get comfortable with other people shooting you and stuff like that, but you also have to, you know, get comfortable with yourself. So it was a very, like, trying experience, trying to, like, find my angles and what looked right, what poses looked right, what, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, shooting myself was something that I learned how to master, I feel like, because I know my angles, I know, you know.
You know you.
Exactly, so, yeah.
All right, so coming out of high school then, I know you also specialize in editing. You're not just a photographer, you're a lot more than just a photographer. And what I want to cover now is your editing of photos and videos sometimes, if I'm correct. With that editing, where did that editing start? And I'm sure that started in high school as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, editing started in like grade school.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if people like are familiar with it, like picnic.com. So I started off on picnic.com. Picnic was like the editing shit.
Yeah.
Like, I went from there to like PicMonkey to like PieZap, like a lot of different like online editing sources. Yeah, so that's when I like started like out on MySpace. I was editing the shit out of my pictures, like making my eyes red with the borders and the big words and the captions, like. So people would start like literally sending me their pictures so I could edit it for them. You feel me? So I was like on MySpace editor, like
Yeah, basically.
people pictures. So I've always been into editing, and then I guess as I moved up into high school, I started to get a little bit more handsome. So I started taking pictures of myself, and editing pictures of myself. So so then senior year kind of transpired. I started doing photography, it went hand in hand. So I've always been into editing.
So what age would you say then that you started taking photography with that brand new camera completely seriously and saying, this may be hard, but this is the path I want and need to take?
I would say maybe like right after graduating high school, I ended up getting a scholarship for photography to Northern University. I went to school to get my BFA, my Bachelor's in Fine Arts, and I was in the art program. And at that point, I was forced to like really sit down and think like, okay, you're in school for this shit. Like, this is serious, you know? And I was already making money from it at that point. Like, people started paying me to take pictures and stuff, but I wasn't as professional as I am now, obviously, beginning of my journey. But yeah, I would say maybe my freshman year of college is when I really realized like, okay, this is like a career.
So you did venture off into college then after high school. You went to college for your BFA. What then was your college experience? What can you tell the viewers about what college was to you, what it meant to you, your thought process throughout it all? What did college mean for you?
College was pretty cool for me. Like, it wasn't like the ultimate experience, you know? I hear a lot of people say like they just love college. Yeah. College is the shit. Like, and it was like fun, I got my fun out of it. Went to my parties, Yeah, I got my fun out of it. And I just, what was we talking about? Cause no, but right. Yeah. It was just bittersweet when it came to the art part. It wasn't that many African American people in my art program, so I was in my class amongst people who just weren't like me, It was hard being in that environment, but I stuck it out, I took the C's and the B's on the work that I knew was like, A work. But I guess like the last straw for me was my junior year. We had a final and it was like a self-directed final and we can like do it on whatever we wanted to do it on pretty much. So everyone did their own different theme and we have to like present it to each other in class so we can give each other critique on it. I did like this really dope ass final, like bomb ass final. I'm not even trying to be cocky, but it was like a bomb ass final. Like I really put my soul into that shit. Like, I got a D on it, like a D. Not a C, not a B, a D. And I'm just like real confused. And as we're critiquing other people's work in the class, it was just like, I'll just say that it was just very like, I didn't think it was fair.
Was it mediocre compared to yours?
I won't say anyone's art is mediocre, but I would just say that they have a different vision. And what is art to me may not be art to someone else. And although that like really hurt, and I was really hurt, I put my all into that piece, but it really taught me that like everyone doesn't see your art as you see it. And I came to the conclusion that that just wasn't the environment for me, the environment that I would thrive in, So at that moment, like I made the decision, like I'm not coming back here. It's not an art school, it's not a like huge art program that was really beneficial to me, I was coming back and forth to Chicago every weekend because I had photo shoots this weekend. So wasting tons of gas, like
tons of money,
tons of money, like missing events and stuff because I have class, So I'm just like, I'm just gonna take a year off and figure it out. Like I'm gonna work for myself and figure out like what I want to do, because the environment that I was in Northern, instead of teaching me techniques of photography, they were trying to shape me into the type of photographer that I feel like they wanted me to be. I feel like that's very limiting for people, and it happens a lot. It's like overlooked. I wasn't gonna allow myself to be put in a box and told what was acceptable. And I made my own path, so that was the start of a whole nother journey after that.
To take a little segue from that, one thing people know you as and something you claim yourself as is an eagle. And what we know an eagle does is soar. So how did you soar after dropping out initially? How have you soared from then on? I know things have gotten a lot better since school has been out of the picture.
I think I've soared the most from the experience of like learning independence. My parents like weren't living in Chicago at that time. I was like really like by myself, out here. And it's different from like being on campus by yourself, obviously. than in Chicago by yourself. Like, so I was like by myself. So it was like, you gotta figure this out. You gotta make your money because you're not gonna work a job.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be told what to do. So you have to.
As an artist, you don't want to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah, you absolutely don't. I just stuck by my word. I stuck by my passion. Photography was a passion for me. It wasn't something that I was just doing to make quick money. It was something I was very, very passionate about. I started branding myself. I started shaping myself into my own boss. You know, I had to go through some hardships, some crazy experiences, some unprofessional experiences, but you know, at the end of the day, I've learned a lot and I've come a long way from where I was, and I'm very proud of the decision that I made. And I'm not saying like knocking school or anything like that. School is obviously a priority. And eventually, maybe, I plan on, you know, going back, getting my degree, finishing. I definitely want to go back and get my degree. I ain't gonna stop.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I got work to do. Like, I got people to meet, I got networking to do. I'm in my prime, this is the time. I'm not gonna wait too long though, so that's where I'm at right now.
Something you did just mention that I think is really important that we touch on is branding yourself. And you've branded yourself as a lot of things. You've branded yourself as Zeus. I want to get into what Zeus really means to you. What does Zeus vibes mean to you? What does it encompass?
First of all, I just want to start off by saying I don't think I'm an actual god. A lot of people like misinterpret me calling myself Zeus as, oh, this guy thinks he's a god.
Right.
No, it's none of that. I'm not on no Kanye shit, I promise. I'm just very infatuated with Greek mythology. Right. Obviously, if y'all see my tattoos,
the whole sleeve.
I have a whole Greek sleeve. And when I was like learning about Greek mythology, Zeus really stuck out to me. Like, he was like very powerful. Nobody could tell this dude nothing. Like, he does what he wants when he wants to do it. I started to like incorporate the whole Greek mythology thing into my work, and then eventually the nickname Zeus came. And it's a nickname, you know, it's just like a nickname. So yeah, that's a part of my branding. That's what I want to be referred to as in the industry. So. Right.
Okay, so again, what is Zeus vibes? What does that mean, sort of?
Zeus vibes means just good vibes, you know, boss vibes. Just on top of your shit. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You young, you're a boss. You're doing your thing, and you handsome doing it. You feel me? So that's what Zeus vibes means, and I just made it like a hashtag, and it just went on from there. Put it on the shirt.
So it basically encourages you to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Be on your own.
Do your thing.
Do your thing, okay. So we are wearing Zeus's merch right here. If you see this says Life is Life, and it's got his signature on here. He's got the Zeus vibes with the, on the back, you can see there's an eagle. You two ladies.
Right, I'm just like.
Why don't you tell us a little bit how that sprung up, when it sprung up? Because it's an awesome clothing brand, like for real. It's comfy.
Thank you. You know, I came up with Asian Zeus apparel maybe like a year and a half ago. I just wanted like some like merch to wear myself. So I started like making my own shirts to wear. So I started wearing it and posting it on social media. Right. And like lots of people were just like, well, how much is that? Like, you know, so I'm just like, damn, I gotta start a t-shirt business. Like,
I got it.
Yeah, so it grew from there. I started doing like this graphic design stuff.
Right.
Like, my editing went to a whole nother level at that point. I was really trying to get creative with it. I edited my own stuff and did my own graphics and stuff. So put on a shirt and I started selling merch. It started doing really well and it started growing and growing. I had a lot of support. I dropped the fall collection. This is a part of the fall collection actually. That's Asian Zeus apparel. It's available for purchase if you guys want to rock with it.
He's being humble over here, but Asian Zeus apparel is literally everywhere. Different states. It's everywhere. It's great.
It's in the UK. It's in the UK.
It's in the UK. Facts are facts. But it's everywhere. And speaking of everywhere, you've been so many places. You have been blessed with this talent to be able to go places, literally. I want to talk about some of your travel and where that's taken you and kind of the lengths you've gone to get what you love doing done in all of these different places.
I travel a lot. Growing up with my family, we traveled a lot together, so that's definitely what I guess got me hooked into it. I hate like being in one place too long. I started to travel by myself around like maybe 16, 17 with my friends. But yeah, so I started traveling by myself, and when I travel by myself, I network a lot more.
Right.
I'm forced to like talk to everyone.
Yeah, you're forced to socialize.
Yeah, socialize. So yeah, I started traveling by myself. I started to go to New York Fashion Week. I started to go to New York Fashion Week in 2014 with my best friend. Me and my best friend Tafira went to Fashion Week just for my birthday, because my birthday is during the same week as Fashion Week in February. And I shot in a couple fashion shows for the first time, and I was just like, oh shit, this is Fashion Week. Like, this is real. Like, I'm here. So that was like a really big stepping stone for me. Ever since that year, I went back every year around my birthday, and I shot in a couple different shows. And eventually got asked to come back and shoot in shows, got paid. Yeah, it's been a really dope experience, and a couple people booked me for photo shoots like in different states, so they'll like, you know, fly me to the state or whatever the case is. Like, so that's been pretty cool. I really love to travel. Being able to work and travel at the same time is just ideal. So
it's more work than play, what you're saying, basically.
I can incorporate a good mixture of both. You know, I'm a fun photographer.
Right. All right, that's awesome. Your creative journey, it's been amazing. It's been fabulous, really. It's really awesome to see you evolve and grow as a person. What I want to ask you about, though, are the downfalls. Unfortunately, we all do have the downfalls. Recently, it was late last year, I believe, you did have a car broken into and your camera, your laptop, all of your essentials stolen from you. First, I just want to know, right off the bat, how did that make you feel? Right then and there, what were you thinking?
Just fucked up. I was like drunk, I was intoxicated, I was a little, you know, up there. I hope my mama ain't watching this, I'm sorry, Mom. Oh yeah.
I don't have anything to do with this.
It was a moment, it was definitely a moment of like, what the fuck? Like, and I was just like, okay, that's my life. Like, and then it was in a Versace book bag at that. That's what just makes it worse. I'm just like, yeah, like it's my life in my bag. Like I filed a police report. I'm not one to really dwell on things too much, you know? Everything is an experience. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I try my best to keep that mindset in every situation in my life. So instead of dwelling on my stuff being stolen, I'm just trying to figure out why. Like why it happened. Like what is God trying to show me in this situation? I started to take that like from it. It was a huge eye-opener. Like your stuff can be taken from you in the blink of an eye, and you have to still learn how to survive. You have to still fight. You still have to be this photographer. People are rooting on you. You feel me? You can't give up. Like a lot of people would have just said, okay, fuck photography at that point. I ain't got no laptop
and that's what's
no more.
astounding to me is that you didn't say, well, fuck it, and go and work that 9 to 5 like most people would have done. You have the passion and you didn't give up on it, and that's very commendable, and I'm proud of you for that. That's amazing that you didn't just give up.
Not this far into my career and not this early into my success. I had to get through it.
It worked out.
I got through it. It worked out.
It worked out. Look at you now.
Lesson learned. Yeah. I replaced my stuff, so I got another camera, I got another laptop, and I got an upgrade. Everything happens for a reason. God wanted me to open my eyes, and I opened them wide.
Since we're almost out of time, I want to ask you one last question, and this is about Zeus going forward, really. 2019, you know, we're into a new year. Of course, I want to ask what we can expect of you and what's to come next. What I want to know first, specifically on the modeling tip. What are you doing? Are you gonna keep going? Because I saw you on Instagram on actually Mastermind Photos, and I was able to see some of your modeling, and it's amazing. And not just me, a lot of people want to know what you're gonna do with it. So
I mean, I started modeling like officially last year. It was one of my New Year's resolutions, so I started doing it. I got a couple photo shoots. I did a couple collaborations. It's been really dope. Like, you know, being a photographer, I feel like I have like somewhat of an eye for angles and stuff like that. So that's what I use as a technique in modeling. Modeling is definitely challenging. Like, it's not easy. Like,
it's not.
Like, I commend models because it's not an easy job. So a lot of people who think like models just got it easy, they don't do shit, that's not true. Like, I can speak from both sides of the spectrum. So, but yeah, I plan on doing more. You know, I was in the process of working out, you know, getting my body together, stuff like that. So I took a little pause. But I'm ready to do more collaboration. The collaboration that you saw with Mastermind was really dope. Like, I was just like, yeah, let's do it. So that was like my first shoot in a long time, actually. That inspired me, kicked it off. I'm gonna get back out here, got some stuff.
You heard it here first. Let's keep him to it. You have your own studio now as well. Zeus Studios.
Zeus Studios.
We're gonna call it Zeus Studios. You have your own studio now. You have your equipment back. You seem as ready as ever. Initially, what is 2019 going to bring? Can you give us any sneak peeks into anything? Any projects that might be coming up?
2019 is gonna be epic. Super epic. I have a lot coming up. A lot of things coming up, a lot of surprises. I don't want to like spill all of them right now.
Right.
But I definitely am very, very, very excited, and I'm very blessed. And I just really want to thank God for putting me in the position that He put me in. Like, really. There's more events coming up, more projects, collaborations, campaigns. Like, I'll talk more about that later, but yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say for now.
All right, that is it for the questions tonight. It was an awesome first installment.
Appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Zeus Views. Thank you for tuning in to my premiere. Every week it'll be here Tuesday. Sometimes it'll be a guest. Sometimes it'll be me. I'll let you guys know in advance. So, social media. If you want to find her on social media, follow her. She has a dope vlog. We have an interview that we did last year if you guys want to check that out too. It's a lot more intimate and it's a lot more descriptive if you guys want to go check that out.
That would be at pariahmuse.wordpress.com for right now. You can also check out my Instagram. It's strictly Pariah Muse, no underscores, no periods, none of that.
Yeah, and you can follow me if y'all know my stuff, Zeus Views, or Asian Zeus is my original page. It's about that time to wrap up, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Signing out.